What's a common mistake people make in their 30s? Story 1. Thinking they are too old. Never too late to switch career paths or look for a new relationship or start taking care of your health. Story 2. Not fostering friendships. As you enter your 30s, maintaining and nurturing friendships becomes more challenging. It's a time when existing connections can start to fade and forming new ones becomes more demanding. It's very important to invest effort in the friendships you currently have. Initiate calls, organize outings, and if possible, consider planning trips together. Not nurturing your romantic relationship. The 30s often bring a range of responsibilities like careers, parenthood, and caregiving for aging parents. Overwhelmed by these demands is common for the most crucial relationship, your romantic partnership, to be inadvertently neglected. Avoid taking your partner for granted, assuming they'll always be around, or treating them as an outlet for your worst moments. Not preserving your identity. Similar to the previous points, your 30s come with a whirlwind of conflicting priorities that can lead you to lose touch with your identity. It's easy to forget what truly brings you joy and satisfaction. Maintain a hobby that gives your life purpose and regularly reflect on whether your job still fulfills your needs in terms of purpose, financial stability, and overall satisfaction. Story 3. Panicking. You do not need to have a great career, partner, 4-bedroom house, and baby on the way just because your 20s are over. Relax. Story 4. Thinking it's too late to do something. I don't have any credit built, I don't have any retirement savings, and get disheartened from trying. The best time was yesterday, the next best time is today. Story 5. Buying more home than they can afford and ending up house poor. Story 6. Not stretching, like not necessarily before exercise, though absolutely that too, but just in general. Story 7. Not listening to their burnout signals and just settling in for the long haul. You're not going to make it. And if you do make it, you won't like yourself or the sacrifices you had to make along the way. Friends, before we continue our video, I want to remind you of the importance of subscribing to our channel. We are also waiting for your comments and likes. Thank you. Let's move on to the video. Story 8. Taking care of your body. Once I turned 31, lots of medical issues arised for me from various things, but contact sports leave more damage than you know. Go to the dentist, go to the doctor, be active. I say all this as I'm about to be in a hospital during a hurricane in Florida. Take care of yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. Story 9. Staying at a job they are severely unhappy at and accepting toxic work environments. Cough, cough, teachers. Story 10. Any type of toxic relationship that ruins your life. It's literally around every corner and nobody sees them coming till they're can destroy you mentally, emotionally, financially, and spiritually. Can take years to recover. Story 11. Thinking you need the job, house, marriage, kids combo to be perfect. I got into a profession I loved at 32 after I switched careers and went back to school at 29. I've had 4 different jobs since. Bought a house at 34. Got lucky. Right now is not the time. Had a kid at 38. It took 6 years of trying. I'm really happy. No fairy tale relationship. And that's okay. Never married. Don't believe in it. It's never too late to retrain for a job. Houses depend a lot on APR and debt ratio. Marriage is expensive if you do it with the wrong person. Kids are a blessing if you want them. There are natural limits to fertility. If you don't, lots of wonderful contraceptive options don't depend on other people for that. Live the life you want for you and the people who support and uplift you. Ignore social media and ignore social norms. Do commit to something special, a person, a project, a dream. Commitment yields good things. Don't lose out on a good thing you have while imagining everything you do not have is better. The grass is greener where you water it. Or, tear it up and plant something local. Everything I have achieved took years of planning, support, and intention. Slow and steady, small and focused. Story 12. Buy houses they don't need and aren't ready for. If you listened to Reddit, you'd think your life was over and you were doomed forever if you didn't buy a massive suburban McMansion by the time you were 30. In reality, you do not need to, and should not, buy a home unless you are confident you will live in a location for 5 to 10 years, at the minimum. And you have a very stable and high-paying job with lots of savings to handle unexpected expenses. Otherwise, you need to rent someplace within your budget and use your disposable income to build wealth in other ways. Story 13. I think the biggest mistake I made in my 30s was kind of going on autopilot. I'm 42 in a month, and to be dead honest, I'm not sure my 30s even happened. It feels like I went from 29 to 40, and I think it's because I just kind of kept my head down and carried on as usual. I should have spent that time being more proactive. Stupid me, but it doesn't have to be stupid you. Story 14. Not saving for retirement. You can slack off later when compound interest won't matter much, but your 30s and 40s are your prime earning years, and your 30s is where that compounding will help the most. You don't need to micromanage it. Even just setting up a percentage of your earning into a savings account you don't touch is something you'll be incredibly glad you did. It also gets you used to the idea of spending less than you earn rather than trying to earn more than you spend. Story 15. Biggest mistake I made in my 30s was not enjoying them more. Young enough to party, still play some sports, and perfectly in place in any bar. You have energy, you have a circle of friends. That will get smaller, trust me. Try to carpe a diem every once in a while. The decade passes very quickly. Story 16. Getting married for the sake of getting married to someone who isn't the right partner just because the majority of their friends tied the knot and they don't want to be different. Marrying without sharing a connection and common values is definitely a mistake. Then comes the usual mess. Having kids to fix the marriage, maybe cheating happens, or the family becomes dysfunctional somehow. Marriage is not the only way to find a place in the world. Story 17. Trying to keep up with the Joneses. This could be said for any age group, really, but there seems to be much more pressure around this age. Stop comparing. Stop judging. There will always be someone that has more than you, but people like this aren't always as happy put together as they seem. I'm discovering more and more that people that appear to have it all are still chasing the next high and are actually quite dissatisfied regardless of what they have. It is an amazing mental health boost to be able to brush off the standard societal expectations and to be proud of your accomplishments. You're all doing great. Story 18. This one is not specific to the 30s. Not understanding our inner world is the biggest mistake, as Carl Jung wrote, but you cannot flee from yourself. It is with you all the time and demands fulfillment. A significant portion of who we truly are, what we like, what we are capable of, and the reasons we do the things we do, persist within a realm we don't actively understand or have access to. To become our true selves, we need introspection to learn about the aspects of our being that we are unaware of, dislike, or hide. Story 19. Honestly, just live life how you want and do what makes you happy. Don't feel pressured into doing things by a certain age because there is always an obsession in society of people thinking they are old when they are not. People stagnate and give up in their 30s because they think, that's it, too old, now life is over. My 30s are far better than my 20s. Just relax and take things at your own pace. This is a good note to end on. Please write your stories in the comments. I'll be happy to add them to future videos. Also, you can rate our other videos. We would be very grateful. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.